Our guests this morning are two members from the known band Wildfire. It's with great pleasure I'd like to introduce Derrick and Ceejay in our studios this morning. Good morning and welcome to our program.
Good morning, Derrick.
Now, in Europe, were you working as a musician, or you had another job?
No. Music.
Full-time musician.
Full-time musician. We had to travel every 15 days to
Right.
another country or to another town, another city. So the thing is, at that time, even now, the Swiss musicians don't like to play dance music. They don't like to play covers.
Yeah.
There are few, but most of the bands that play dance music or in nightclubs are foreign bands. Okay. Earlier they had more Polish, the East Bloc musicians. Then the band Arabesque went in 1979 to Europe to play, and one of the agents saw this band and thought they're from Sri Lanka. He came to Sri Lanka and he chose some bands, Esquire said, Fame and Grace. He took these three bands to Europe in 1980.
That's a good break.
Yeah.
Now, Ceejay, you were working in Europe. Were you with the Sri Lankan bands, or were you with
I originally went to join an African band.
Yeah, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I played with them for about a year and a half. And then I joined a Sri Lankan band called Fame. And after that, I played with German and Dutch bands.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last version of Purple Rain, just before Purple Rain wound up.
Yeah.
That would have been, I think, 1995. And after that, I stopped playing dance music. And I was doing freelance in Germany. I was living in Germany and doing freelance music.
Mm-hmm. So that way you get so much of experience with all different...
Absolutely, yes. So I played with a lot of international musicians.
No wonder you're one of the top drummers in Sri Lanka. And also, Ceejay, playing with Derrick with Wildfire after this long break of 11 years, how did you feel? It was the same touch and the same...
Yeah, so what made Wildfire special for us was this chemistry amongst us the moment we got on stage and started playing. And though we played with different bands over the years, that chemistry none of us experienced with the other bands.
Okay.
So when Ron, actually what happened was Ron approached Shafi and he said, you got to put this band back together.
Yeah.
And Ron brainwashed Shafi while he was in Australia with Mirage. So Shafi came back.
Oh, again, he's a top guitarist.
Yeah, he's superb.
One of a kind.
He's fantastic,
Yeah.
right? So Shafi came and we met and we had a chat and said, mates, come on, I miss you guys.
Yeah.
And I don't have the same feeling with other bands that I have with you. And we felt the same.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, we had our differences, but we are older and hopefully wiser now. And we said, let's give it a go. So and Ron came down to Sri Lanka at the same time. And we said, Ron, we are going to. And he said, okay, I'm taking you guys up to Australia. You're playing on the 6th of May on my birthday.
Yeah.
We said, fine.
Yeah.
And so February this year, we started playing as a band.
Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah. So that's what happened. And to answer your question, yes, the fire is still there.
Yeah.
It has not diminished. And the chemistry is still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, with all the drummers in the world, who is the drummer you follow?
Actually, there are so many fantastic drummers around the world. I mean, the guy who had a big influence on my playing and how I approach music was a drummer called Steve Gadd, who's probably the most recorded drummer ever and probably the most influential drummer ever.
Yeah.
But how I started getting into drums was because of my cousin Mohan Sabaratnam, who had played for Gabo, and he was playing for Raj Seniratna and the Savages at that time.
Right.
And he had this drum kit at home, and I was fascinated by it when I was little, you know. And
Was it the Olympic set? Or?
red color Olympic, that's the one, the red color Olympic one. And he was so fastidious.
Yeah.
It was covered with a white sheet.
Okay.
Even his own brother couldn't touch it. But he would let me sit on it and play. I was so small, my feet wouldn't reach the pedals. But he would sit me, he used to sit a little high. So he used to sit me on his seat and I could play. And I could hold a rhythm with my hands. So he used to let me, he may have seen something, he used to let me play.
Okay.
And after I finish playing, he'll wipe the entire kit and cover it up.
Okay.
And then he used to take me for the shows that he was playing. Those days he was also playing for a band called the Pt2. And there was the Zeller show and all these shows, you know. And he used to take me. And I was music mad anyway.
Yeah. Were you around when Duncan White was a drummer?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Duncan
Clyde, you mean?
Duncan Clyde,
Clyde,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
He was a very, very good drummer.
Yeah.
Derrick, now coming back to you, for you to change the style from all this romantic and the Beatles and all these sort of songs, is there a particular reason why you wanted to do your style of music?
Since like what Wildfire is doing?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I love.
Okay.
You know, the idea of playing music is you must play what you love to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are sometimes, you know, so what we do now, we listen to a lot of songs, like popular songs as well, and we try to play them the way
you want it.
We want to play it. Not just like how it's on record, but how would Wildfire play that song with 2 guitars. But now I'm playing keyboards as well. I'm getting a keyboard because we are doing a lot of dances. And for dances, we need to have a keyboard.
Yeah.
But we give it our own interpretation as well. Yeah. Because there's this thing that was there for a long time in Sri Lanka, like you have to copy the record, note for note. And we don't agree with that.
Yeah.
And if you go and listen to any bands in Australia, how they play covers, they give it their own interpretation.
Yeah, correct.
And it's so nice to listen to.
Yeah.
And it's a fresh approach. Everybody approaches music differently.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it interesting. And I think it's pretty boring if all the bands are playing note for note the same songs.
That's right.
I mean, what's the use of that?
Yeah. It's more like a competition, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Trying to be the closest sound.
Yeah. So even our repertoire is different, Derrick. It's not the same. A lot of Sri Lankan bands tend to play the same songs. Because we are mainly, we were a guitar-based band, we approached songs that had keyboards differently. And people liked it.
Okay.
People liked it very much. And in Sri Lanka, for the 6 years that we played there, nobody ever said you need a keyboard. And we were the #1 band in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, right. It's been very interesting talking to both of you. My gosh, I tell you, you know, I learned so much, you know, because I've heard the band Wildfire, but I didn't know all the ins and outs of the band. It's great to meet 2 well-known musicians from all the way from Sri Lanka, and let me wish you all the very best. And on your next tour, please come and see us.
Most certainly we will.
Yeah. Derrick, lovely meeting you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Our sponsors are Prestige Robes and Screens, Transco Cargo,
Southern Star Motors,
Colombo Money Transfer,
Fairfield Lawyers,
Jet Travel and Cruise,
Forever Skin Naturals,
D Legal,
Sahandro.